YouTube made a couple big updates again last week as usual. One of them is the new Creator Studio app for iOS came out. We'll take a look at that. Also, the watch page got rearranged a little bit to put a huge emphasis on playlists. We'll talk about that and many more things coming up. Hey guys, my name is Tim Schmoyer and it's Tuesday, which means it's time to take a look at the online video news from last week and talk about the implications it has for us as YouTube creators here in this space. A lot of big updates and changes. One is that maybe you've noticed that if you're watching a video on YouTube and it starts to buffer, YouTube now comes up with a big blue sign that says, hey, it's not our fault that your video is buffering. If you click on that blue warning, it takes you to YouTube's video quality report, which will tell you how your internet provider is performing for streaming video. And Google wants to clearly let users know that if you're having difficulty with our service, it's not our fault. Check with your internet provider. And then Google goes ahead and said, actually, we've already checked for you. Here's how they're performing. And if you don't like what you're getting, then switch internet providers or contact them, whatever. And I think YouTube is doing this with all the net neutrality thing that's like going on. They're saying that pretty soon, like these internet providers are going to start charging, or they could anyway, start charging either YouTube and Google or the end user more money for access to like the fast lane on the internet. And if they don't, then they have the slow lane, which is just kind of like them users get frustrated at YouTube, and YouTube's like, hey, we are not a part of this. Go check with your internet provider. Some people think that Google publicly shaming certain internet providers is kind of like a low blow, but I personally think it's actually like a good move, and hopefully keeping internet providers on like a level playing field where they're all gonna play nice, because if someone's having difficulty watching your videos on YouTube, like they're probably not going to get angry at their internet provider because it's kind of like an invisible middleman. They're actually going to get like angry at YouTube or whatever site they're browsing saying this site has a problem, it's slow, it doesn't work, and they're gonna give up on their YouTube viewing session, for example, and they might not ever get to your video in their subscription box because their internet service isn't that great. So this is YouTube's way of hopefully holding internet providers accountable for having good quality service for access to their site and to your videos. Also last week, YouTube released the Creator Studio app for iOS, and I personally love it. It's not everything I was hoping it would be, but it is also version 1.0, and I'm hoping that they'll continue to update it. It's basically like a really slimmed down, basic version of your YouTube dashboard where it shows you like some of your recent comments, a very basic analytics, lets you update some of the information around some of your videos if you need to, and it's all, like I said, very basic, but my favorite feature on it by far is the ability to quickly just catch up on comments and even filter comments if I need to. So while I'm on the go, or I have a couple minutes here or a couple minutes there, or I'm just standing around, I can just jump on my phone and quickly catch up, reply to comments, and stay engaged with you guys a lot easier than I could have before. Another feature on it that I know some of you will like, but personally like I hate and will never use, are notifications. So if you want to get notifications of different types of activity on your channel, you can get that immediately if you like being bugged by that type of stuff. I don't. The only notifications I ever allow on my phone are text messages and phone calls. That's it. The only feature that is really missing that I hope they implement soon is the ability to plus tag people in comments. Right now that doesn't work, but hopefully that will come soon. Another thing that maybe you've noticed that happened last week on YouTube that no one's really talking about, but I definitely noticed it right away, and that is that the watch page is now different. Now if you look below your video, it used to be you'd have 5 lines of description text that would automatically show right beneath that video. But now you only get 3 lines, substantially less space to quickly tease what your video is about. So while someone's watching your video or beginning to watch it, maybe they're skimming that text, trying to figure out like, is this video worth my time? So you had to make that teaser text both very SEO friendly and very optimized to entice people to want to watch your video, and you have much like a smaller space to do it. But even before you get that far down on the page to your description text, that menu bar above it is completely changed too. Now the very first option is a little plus button that lets you add that video to a different playlist. Now why would YouTube be pushing playlists so hard? Well, there's a lot of reasons. One is that when videos are in a playlist and someone starts watching that playlist, then it's much more likely that they're going to watch more videos, thus increasing the viewer session on YouTube. And the more your video contributes to extending someone's viewing session on YouTube, the more valuable YouTube deems that video to be, and so thus it will rank it better in search results to let more people watch it, as opposed to like a video where people watch it and then they just like abandon YouTube after that. But when a viewer adds your video to a playlist, it also kind of subscribes them, kind of not really, to that playlist, because that playlist then goes into their user guide and it's very easily accessible just by clicking on the little menu icon in the upper left corner of the screen. Now, I don't know if anyone actively on YouTube goes to that menu and looks at the playlist and is continually curating content for them or not, but maybe YouTube's offering some new features coming up in the future that will take more advantage of them. I don't know. But I do know that there are tons of videos being uploaded to YouTube every day, and that the more YouTube can do to give viewers the power to curate videos and to organize all the content here, like, the better it is for everyone. And then you'll notice that after the little plus sign on the YouTube watch page, the next option then is to share the video. And it's just interesting to me that YouTube would rather have you, like, the first thing in that menu be for you to add that video to a playlist than for you to share it. So that should say something about the importance of playlists now on YouTube. A couple other quick links for you guys down there in the description text of this video. One, if you missed the previous round of the YouTube Creator Academy, well, it's opening up again starting July 16th, and the registration form is down there, so go click it. It's basically a 2-week course where YouTube just kind of walks you through very basic overview of how to run a YouTube channel and how to grow an audience, things like that. So I went through it. It was okay. If you guys have been around here at Video Creators for a while, you probably find a lot of it basic, but it's still a really good overview. So the link to join that is down there. Also, the new messaging system has come fully in effect here on YouTube. You probably noticed that your inbox has been in read-only mode now for a couple days. You can't do anything to it. Everything is switched to messaging. Personally, I don't really want messaging here on YouTube. Like, I love direct interaction with you guys, but it's really hard for me to manage like an inbox or a message platform now on YouTube, plus Twitter, plus Facebook, plus email. Like, I would rather just funnel you guys into like one thing that I can just easily manage. And for me, that's Twitter or comments of YouTube videos. Like, I do my best to stay up on every comment that's ever made on any video across this channel. Which is a lot of work, by the way, but I totally love it. I love helping you guys the best I can. So the 2 links about this that you'll find in the description text below this video are, one, a video from YouTube themselves explaining how the new messaging system works, and then also there's a link that goes into it in very detail, thanks to Peggy over on the YouTube support forums. Like, it goes into really big detail, like big detail? It's just a really good article. Just check it out if you're wondering how the whole messaging system works. There's a couple other really important stories from last week that I can't fit into this video or be like really long, like how Facebook is trying some new things to really start promoting video content on their platform, which would be awesome, like if that happens, and some things that Vimeo is doing with music services and things like that. And those links are available to you guys who are patrons over at patreon.com/videocreators. You guys who are supporting this channel become sustainable so I can continue to do my best to help you guys, to give this content to you for free. So thank you all of you guys for supporting me over at Patreon. And if you would like access to some of these other additional stories that didn't make it into this video, check out my Patreon page at patreon.com/videocreators. I got a lot of other perks over there on that page for you guys who become patrons of this channel. So thank you for your support. And if this is your first time here, I'd love to have you subscribe. Every Tuesday, we take a look at the online video news, talk about the implications it has for us as creators. And then tomorrow on Wednesdays, to give you guys some YouTube tips, ideas, suggestions, advice, things like that. Thursday, we're gonna do some Q&A with you guys. Got a couple really good questions coming up from you. And I do all this because I really believe that a lot of you guys have messages that can really help people. If the people who need to hear what you have to say could just find you and subscribe to your channel and hear everything that you are talking about and doing on YouTube. So thank you for letting me be a part of helping you guys build your channels and your audiences here. Subscribe, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Bye.